Well, here I am playing Legend of Robin Hood and taking the Robin Hood movement already. He's moved over here where he's going to recruit some merrymen. Little John is also recruiting, but Will is charging right at the Sheriff of Nottingham. He's only got one unit. But you know, the archers are actually better in the clear or on the road than they're going to be in the forest. So they have an advantage there, which they really don't have elsewhere. And they're better than these men-at-arms in general. Not in hand-to-hand if it comes to that. But they're hoping to get a success here. Of course, Will could get himself hanged doing this, but that's just one of the risks. Alright, so we open up with the archery table, and we get a hit, which means this man-at-arms is gone. Oop, not him. Is gone, and he'll be coming in, I think, 4 turns later. Again, I have to look that up, and I'd rather not pester you with that rule book again and my enjoyment of it. But we do have to actually look at it because the Sheriff of Nottingham is here. And we'll take it over here where we get enough room to read the rules. Okay, so we've got the personal combat and capture rules. Well, he has to roll a die. On a 5 or 6 he escapes. On a 1 through 4 he's caught. This is dangerous, and you probably don't want to get the sheriff in this position. That's a 4. I think that was caught, right? Yeah. This is one advantage. The outlaws are in areas where they're not good at. They're more likely to get away. If a leader is caught, decide his fate as follows. 1 through 3 he's killed, 4 through 6 he's captured. That's a 4, so we've captured him. That doesn't mean we can't murder him. But we can make some additional choices here. Now, the basic options we have is to murder him or to ransom him. If I was playing this in a story type way, I would probably ransom him off and try to grab some more cash. But the truth of the matter is, if you wipe out all the leaders for the sheriff player, the game is over. And in fact, I'm not even sure he can get Sir Guy with the sheriff gone. I have to look that up too, and probably there are no rules on it. But you know what? I'm going to murder him. Just because I think the outlaws are that kind of nice people, to tell you the truth. And then they also get to rob this noble, which means a mark goes out of the sheriff's treasury and into their own. And this is causing a problem for the sheriff. There's no question. Now this goes away. They can't keep robbing him. They've already taken everything he has. We get the recruitments. And Robin's doing quite well here. Probably my fault for not protecting the sheriff better. But there you have it. Okay. And now we hit the sheriff turn. I've got to figure out when this happens and whether or not Guy can be brought into play still. So I'll take a little pause while I look those up. Alright, so that was cheating. I can't kill him yet. I can't kill him until the beginning of my turn. I could ransom him earlier, but I feel pretty safe. Should I? 1, 2, 3. Not really. Alright, I'm going to ransom him. I might as well get $2. I can ransom him at the end of my turn, but I can only murder him at the beginning of my turn. So, I don't think I can. I think I'll be too big a target, and I'll have 2 men-at-arms coming after me. And he'll be free anyway. I might as well get those $2. But on top of that, this guy comes in 4 turns from now. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I killed the sheriff, Guy doesn't come into play. But I still have to kill Guy in order to win the game, which means, well, for that victory condition. Which means after I kill Prince John, I can turn around and go attack Guy on his own. That would probably be the smartest way to do things. Guy would stay out of the game until then, or I could just ignore that victory condition and go for the other 3. Alright, So, the only thing I'm doing is I'm going to ransom the sheriff, and I think he goes back to Nottingham Castle, but I can look that up as well. And I get 2 marks for him from the treasury. Now, we can still hunt those merry men down. However, it might be better. Well, see, we can get 2 men-at-arms on them, which is kind of cool. Okay, so let me take a little break. See, I think he can come in on any village or castle. I don't know where the sheriff was supposed to be, so I'll look that up again. And there are a lot of little things you got to look up. That's true with a lot of games. This one seems to have a fast pace, though, which means the amount of lookups, unless you're really familiar with it, is high per minute of play or whatever. And then the cost of the lookups, because of this damn thing, increases that. So it really does become kind of a pain in the butt in that one aspect. Okay, the big choice is actually on where the sheriff ransomed comes back. I'm bring him at any town, keeper, castle. This has to come in at a town, and I'll put it here. This way I'll be able to protect this fella. And then, let's look at the sequence of play. I like to have the sequence of play in front of me in a game. It's hard with this because the rule book means I have to keep unfolding it and refolding it. But we didn't do the random events phase. So we get a 3, that's another traveler. We're going to get a bishop, and he comes in on road 3. Coming in from this way again. Alright. And let's get some guys moving. Well, I want to take things out on Will. I don't like what he did. So I'm going to gather some forces here. I've got to move these 1, 2, 3. Now, my bishop's not protected, but I've got to do something. About the situation as it stands. Now, the sheriff's in danger again here. That's kind of disturbing. Maybe I don't want to leave him there. I don't know where to put him, though. You know, he's kind of a risky person, and so is this guy. All right. Well, let's fight it out with Will. Will first gets to shoot, and he's got a 2 firepower. He misses this time. And now we've got 4-to-1 odds with leaders on both sides, so that's pretty good for the attacker. He gets a 3, that's defender loses 2. The merry men are going to go away. I immediately roll them. They go to 3. Okay, that's down here. And now, we got to see if Will is captured. No, Will gets to escape, and I believe I can just fade him into an adjacent space. So that did not work well for the sheriff player there. Anything else he gets to do? Gets to tax. Well, he didn't position himself to do so. So he gets rid of this. And I guess we're set to go into the next turn, at which point we're going to see Will's Scarlet. Now, where does Will's Scarlet arrive? Yeah, again, it's buried somewhere in the midst of the rules. There isn't, you know, this front page to back page flip that there often is to, hey, where do the reinforcements come? Where does this come? So again, I got to hunt him down, and he's going to be in the middle on the wrong place, not near the sequence of play. So, you know, every time you want to look something up, you got to unfold your map, flip it over, look at it, and then you got to fold it up neatly so you can use it. Real pain in the butt. Okay, Will's going to show up in the forest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on one of those spaces. Great. 5, that's C. He's going to be here. Alright, and now we got to figure out what to do with Robin. Yep, Will starts not active. Robin's got to go find him to get him into play. Well, I'm going to think a little bit about this, because this is a game that does require a significant amount of thought, planning, counting, and such not to make good moves. And, you know, if you lose Robin, it's over, right? All right. So, unlike most games my decision in this one was not to go for more recruitment and get more power. I feel like I've got the balance of power in my hands right now with the Robin Hood player. So I marched up to attack the sheriff here on the road. Take another shot at capturing him. There are less troops total around. I mean, there's still 2 here, but he's got 2 merry men. That may be enough to handle him, especially with the bonus in arrow combat he has. Sent Little John to raise troops, and Will, who I feel is less valuable, to go rob this bishop and put himself at risk. That leaves, depending on what happens here, it'll leave the sheriff player with some interesting choices. Does he want to deal with Robin, or does he want to deal with the easier to handle Will? What goes on? And may depend on whether the sheriff's captured, but it may not. We'll see. Okay, so we've only got 1 combat, and that's Robin Hood firing arrows at these men here. He gets 2 dice, right? No, he gets 1 die. His total archery strength is added up to 4, but he's got a +1 on the table. He only gets a 3. That kills 1. Oh, there's only 1 man-at-arms there. Darn. 2, 3, 4. And that'll fill that slot. That slot looks like it has someone. I think they got bumped by the board popping up. Let's see. Alright. So now we got to see if the sheriff gets away. And he does not. He's captured. Robin's going to hold on to him. We have 2 robberies this time for a total of 3 marks as we remove these 2 characters from the board. Well, the bishop's worth 2, of course. And now Little John gets to raise up some merry men of his own. Now, we're in exactly that position. The sheriff player has to decide, does he want to save the Sheriff of Nottingham? If he doesn't go save him, he's going to be murdered. We know that. So, we'll roll for our random event. 1, and it's a 5, which is a bishop coming in here at 1. Uh-oh. He's going to get stopped on the road. All right. And now we get to move. And this is the problem. Do we fight? Do we save that bishop? Well, we got another one who's stopped on the road too. So, yeah, we're going to take our chance and fight Robin here. I think that's the best we can do. And, well, Robin gets his roll. He's still got 4 guys. If he rolls a 5 or a 6, he kills both of them. He does not. He only kills 1. That puts us 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got somebody here already. Yeah, we lost somebody the turn before. I'm not sure what's going on here, but I think it should be, well, it should be like this. I got the wrong, moved the wrong guy off there or something. I don't know. Anyway. But now we get the combat, and we're at 2 to 2. That's a 1 to 1. We each have a leader. We're in fine shape. We're just rolling on the 1 to 1 table there. 6. We get a good lucky roll. We managed to cause the merry men to lose 1 of their units, and now we got to roll to see where he's going to end up. He'll end up in merry man space number 6, wherever that is. That's down here, and he's flipped over and unrecruited. Okay. They didn't save the captive, though. They had to wipe those merry men out to save the captive. And that's a problem. Robin can murder the sheriff at this point. Nothing else happening here, so we move to the next turn. We're going to get a King's Forester on the board. Who might help us in these fights. But right now, it's looking really bad for the sheriff player. I'm going to load this one up. Keep playing.